Ghostbusters holds a special place in my heart and mind. It was one of the first franchises, one of the first fantasy stories which captured my imagination and drove me to become the person I am now. Ever since Ghostbusters, I've had a certain fascination with the macabre. Zebra Girl is a story about supernatural things happening with a comedic slant. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it means a lot to my... There's a bit of a discussion going on somewhere on YouTube regarding the reactions to Ghostbusters and the trailer. I'm talking about the modern Ghostbusters now. Okay, some people say that the movie has been unfairly maligned because it had a substandard trailer, or that you shouldn't judge a movie by its trailer. There's this one guy who keeps going on and on about how you can't judge a movie by its trailer. Well, you know what? He's perfectly right. You cannot judge a movie by its trailer, because the trailer for this movie, Ghostbusters 2016, did not do it justice. This movie is so much worse. And you know what? I've gotten to the root of this. This is something which is intrinsic in so many of Melissa McCarthy's movies. I like Melissa McCarthy. I want to enjoy her movies, but this keeps happening, and I just stumbled upon it when I was leaving Ghostbusters. No one in her movies acts. No one acts. There are no actors in her movies. Or to be more precise, no one acts real. Look at Spy, for example, and look at Ghostbusters 2016. There is not 1 second in which anyone actually acts like a real person. Every single person in the entire movie acts like they're in a damn comedy skit. No one reacts like a real human being. No one talks like a real human being. They talk like people who are in a comedy film. None of them are real characters. I mean, take the Ghostbusters, for instance. You know, there's Melissa McCarthy, who is Melissa McCarthy. There's her friend, who has some depth. She probably comes the closest to having real depth. And she talks about her childhood experience with a ghost that haunted her for years. And it's a really compelling scene, though it raises the question, why don't any of the other ghosts in the film act that way? What happened with that ghost that watched her when she was a little girl and spooked her out and traumatized her? How come none of the other ghosts display that kind of subtlety? You've got the New York City transit worker. She's kind of down-to-earth and enjoyable, though she isn't really given much to work with. None of them are. And then, of course, there's the weird one. She's popular right now, and you know what? The actress brings a lot of energy to the role, but it's just energy. Her only personality trait is that she's the weird one. She's the quirky one. She dances around and gets into antics and such because she's a foil to the other characters. And they don't exist in a real world with real people. Everyone they meet is just bizarre. Kevin, played by Chris Hemsworth, their receptionist, he's a dumb asshole. There's no reason to keep him around. He's not even a likable dumb asshole. In fact, he is actively destructive and insensitive. He screws up their phone calls. He does demeaning things. He's just a jerk. And he's really stupid, either stupid or insane. He's either stupid in a movie way or insane in a movie way. None of it makes sense. The original Ghostbusters, you know what made that movie great? One of the things that made it great was the character of New York City. You got the feeling that these guys were kind of oddballs because everyone around them behaved like you would expect people in New York to actually behave. They were in a very, very rational, real city, which made these bizarre events and adventures that they had really stand out. In this movie, nothing really stands out because it's all bizarre. It's all weird. It's all just one big SNL skit. I don't know what more to say about it. This movie, none of the scenes hang together. They don't lead logically from one event to another. There is a scene in which one of the characters kills Bill Murray. She throws a temper tantrum and says, "Oh, you want to see a ghost? Fine, here's a ghost." She releases a ghost. The ghost throws him out a window. And that's it. This woman faces no negative repercussions for her actions whatsoever. It's set up like this should be some kind of turning point in her character arc. Like maybe she should say, "Oh my God, I was so concerned with proving myself, with validating myself, that I actually cost a life. What have I done?" No! Past that scene, the guy is thrown out the window. Bill Murray, he plays a ghost debunker. Oh, how ironic and clever. The police are there. Well, gee whiz, this guy got thrown out a window and died. Nothing happens. Nothing comes of it. They're taken to the mayor's office and they get into another skit with a bunch of characters. Again, none of whom act like actual human beings. She killed Bill Murray. She doesn't even seem sorry about it. None of them do. This is just... This movie is crap. I'm sorry. I tried to like it. I really did, but I cannot for the life of me see how it earned that 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was around 74%. This movie's like a toy box. It's like a whole jumble of scenes and ideas. It's like something that you make a movie out of. You throw all this stuff on a table, and you give that to the people who are in charge of making the movie. And you tell them, make a movie using these disparate elements. But they didn't. They just took a picture of the table and said, that's the movie. Even the end credits are the most obnoxious things imaginable. It's a dance sequence with all these special effects and lame pictures floating around. Ooh, all these things were in the movie. Oh, God. Oh, this movie was like a spike in my brain. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but it is easily one of the most obnoxious. I just... Oh. Slimer has a girlfriend. From out of nowhere, he gets this girl Slimer with a pompadour and a bow. And... yeah. Crap. There's no more I can say about it. This movie was baby crap. Not clean crap like an adult will have. No, this was baby crap. Just sort of spewing all over everything. Just a big mess. Oh. This woman kills Bill Murray. And no one cares. Zombieland killed Bill Murray better. In Zombieland, they met Bill Murray. That was a magnificent homage to his career. He died watching Ghostbusters. They were watching Ghostbusters when Bill Murray comes on. He's pretending to be a zombie, and he dies, and he gives his last breath, gets a last laugh out of people in a movie theater, which is showing Ghostbusters. That was a fantastic send-off. In this movie, in which it should have been an homage to Bill Murray and everything he's done, it wasn't anything. The weirdest part is, I kind of want there to be a sequel.